Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very, very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate it. They help me out greatly, so if you're interested in subscribing to the channel, you can go over to patreon.com, look up Engelgeist and pick a subscription level. You'll get the daily forecast a day early, amongst other readings that are available only over there. So this is the forecast for Wednesday, September 23rd. It is not only set for that date, it is a message for the highest good of the greater collective. Therefore, when you see it, it's, supposed to reach you kind of thing. But for those of you that are regular viewers, we're building upon sort of the energy of the week and what we've been seeing. If any of this doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. That doesn't mean anything's wrong. It might mean that you might be working on something that is different than what the majority of other people that view this are at the time. So take what you need and leave the rest. If for any reason you watch this video, any decisions you choose to make after are your responsibility. Trust your own intuition over my own is kind of what I say. So September 23rd, what's going on for September 23rd? Okay, it's our friend the Eight of Cups. We can't escape this card, I swear to God. I've described this card 3 times last week, and it's back again. So I will describe it again. What I sort of feel like is, or at least the question that poses itself when I look at this card is that, what is it that we maybe are struggling with letting go? What is it that, ultimately we know we need to let go, right? For our own benefit, even if it's something that's maybe so ingrained in us that we're so used to. Maybe some of us might even be comforted by it. This situation or this person, this relationship, these feelings, whatever they are, they're kind of, to me, I feel like they're just no longer working, right? We've known this for a while. That's the full moon that we have pictured above here that's kind of guiding her. It's our intuition that lets us know. There's a sort of a sadness. There's a reluctance here. There's a, I wouldn't call it a struggle, but there's some work that needs to be done where we have to kind of, I feel, when I look at this card, turn our back on things that maybe haven't always been there for us. It's kind of like that expression of, I keep going back to the well for a drink of water, yet the well is dry, and that's kind of the feeling that I get with this Eight of Cups. Cups being the element of water and the emotions. It speaks to this idea that whatever this situation is, it's certainly stirred up, I would say both good and bad emotions within us, whatever this might be for you in your life, right? This could be, like I said, use it where you feel it fits in your life, but this is going to be a situation that you've probably been attached to for a while, or a person that you've been attached to for a while. There have been good times. It's not all been bad. Emotionally, I think that it's hard to separate. But what I do think is going on with this card is that in this separation, because it is an 8, it's teaching us something, right? It's bringing us into a place of better self-sufficiency. It's bringing ourselves to a place of better trust, of better sort of internal guidance, a stronger internal guidance or intuition that's taking hold here. That's that moon. It may not be the easiest separation or departure that we have to make, but it needs to be made for our own growth, our own healing, our own rebalancing in a way, right? So, and this can be, like I said, removing ourselves from something that we at one point in time loved or that gave us, support. It's just not cutting it anymore is the feeling that I get from this card. I also feel like there's sort of, and it is, I like that she's heading to the future, right? She's moving to the future, albeit a little bit sad, maybe wounded from the decisions she's had to make. But she is moving to the future in hopes of something better, in hopes of something more suited. And I think that that's really the key in all of this, is that we have to continue to desire more and understand that we deserve more than maybe we've been giving ourselves. All right, so here we go. Fixed moon, hold your vision. I think, did this not come out last week? Because I remember the mountains and then the mountains in this. Let me just see. We had these two cards together. Did we not? Eight of Cups in the void, of course. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups. I swear to God we had these two cards together. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, we did on Saturday. Saturday the 19th, we had these exact same two cards together. If we get the same grounding stone, I am going to freak out. So this fixed moon is holding your vision, right? Staying in control of that, letting this sort of moon guide us, or this intuitive voice guide us, right? Even if it doesn't, I don't feel like it's not making sense, right? This Eight of Cups, we understand we have to do what we need to do to kind of get to a better place, get to a more self-sufficient space, whatever that may be for us. There's a reward there. I think it's not all bad doom and gloom. It's about kind of challenging ourselves to do the things that we may not want to do, to stand on our own 2 feet, that kind of a thing. With this fixed moon, it's like, hold your vision, stay with it, keep fighting, keep moving forward, even if you can't always feel as though like you fully know the answer on where you're heading or how you're getting there or what are the next right steps. In that moment, you will be guided if you like also use these Eight Cups, right? This emotional well-being as your center, as your guide. It will take you where you need to go. It will show you what the next steps are, right? And so we've got mountains to climb, but it will be well worth the effort and the work, right? So let's see. Okay. So we've got Tiger's Eye this morning for the grounding stone. This is something to ground in while we're working through this, maybe emotional time or this departure, and trying to hold on to our vision. This is generosity. When I think of generosity, I think about, obviously being kind to others is a form of generosity that we're all very, very familiar with. To me, though, I think that this generosity sort of reflects back upon ourselves. How good are we to ourselves during this process? How good do we immediately go to taking care of ourselves, or self-care, boundaries, things like that? Is this something that's new for us, right? Because this definitely feels like, even this hold your vision in the fixed moon, it feels like there could be some boundaries that are being drawn, or some things that we're trying to put into place that we want to keep. They're healthy, but they're a challenge. We're not necessarily used to doing that. Being generous with ourselves, being kind with ourselves, right? Allowing ourselves sort of maybe a wide berth, especially with this Eight of Cups energy around us. It can be at times emotional, not, it doesn't have to be sad. And to me, this Eight of Cups is not like wreckage. I don't want anybody to walk away from this reading thinking that like, oh, I'm going to have a really emotional day. It's not about that. It's about like sort of really paying attention to the voice within, to our emotional set point, what it's saying to us, what our intuition is saying to us, holding a higher dream, a higher vision, a higher ideal for ourselves, and being willing to make, any sort of changes, sacrifices, attempts at bettering whatever the situation is, and doing that in a way that's generous to ourselves, and possibly to those that are around us. But I really feel like these cards to me speak to us focusing on ourselves first and foremost. So I'm going to take this generosity stone and say, be good to yourself during this time. And not to quote RuPaul, but he says at the end of every episode, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? And there's truth to that. This is about loving ourselves enough to maybe stop repeating patterns, or staying in situations or with people that maybe are not treating us the way we deserve, or it's, we've run out our welcome, so to speak, is kind of the feeling I get here. Doesn't mean that the show is over. It doesn't mean that welcome has ended. It just means that there's a new adventure afoot. So be generous with yourself, be kind with yourself, allow yourself to have the feelings, but also look at this as an opportunity for something new to take place, for something better suited to take place. So let me read these cards to you. Are we going to escape this Eight of Cups? That's what I want to know. It keeps coming back. I think that it's a slow process, right? And I also think I'm going to say this too. With this Eight of Cups, I think that because it's such work and because it does have like a transformative quality to it that is going to change us in such a way that, you know, a few months from now or maybe a year from now, we'll look back and we'll go, oh, now I understand why I had to go through that or why I had to remove myself or change that and make steps to, you know, altering that in some way. All right, so let me find this. Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups. Where are you, boo? All right, turning away, giving up, finding that something or someone was not a healthy influence, river run dry, choosing to sacrifice in order to make a clean break and start afresh elsewhere, abandoning a dream, changing directions, the dawn of something new, a quest with heart, bravery, heeding the call. So remember in all of this too, any changes that we're facing and struggles that we're facing, there's a call that's being heeded, there's bravery that's taking place, there's self-sufficiency that's being learned, there's balance that's being created. There's a lot of benefit to sort of, even if we're doing it reluctantly, facing some of this stuff and moving forward with it. Okay, it's not going to stay with us forever, guys. I promise you that, even though we've been seeing this card a lot. All right, so let's look at the fixed moon. Hey, fixed moon. Excuse me. New moon eclipse, full moon eclipse, white of course, waning. Cardinal. Fixed moon. Hold your vision. There are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop dragging your heels in. Be the one to break the deadlock. That is this Eight of Cups energy too, guys. You know, like making the choice to move forward. With two interpretations for this card, it's up for you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Attuned to the moon. Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. And that's also generosity there and saying yes over and over again, right? It's being generous with your sort of thought. Additional meanings for this card. Staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down, avoid stagnation, and a personal or professional relationship will be enduring. The teaching is, in astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they can also be obstinate. So, and I think that generosity kind of idea keeps us from being obstinate if we sort of ground in the energy of the idea of generosity and being kind to ourselves, being open to change and open to like sort of shifting things. It keeps us from slipping into the obstinate that this fixed moon could represent for some of you, if any of you are finding yourself being overly stubborn. That is your forecast for the day. I can't believe that we got the exact same cards just 4 days ago. So that says to me, and this Eight of Cups keeps showing up, it really says to me that I feel like we're working on something that really is changing us. It has the power to really sort of change our outlook, our feelings, our emotions, all of that. So don't give up hope. Stay with the vision. Be kind to yourself. Be generous. And keep moving forward. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see where this energy goes. You know, ups and downs are normal parts of life. That's completely okay and acceptable. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or have anything you'd like to share. I will try and respond. Also, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and tune in tomorrow to see where the energy goes. All right, I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.